Kyoto is a traditional city known for its gorgeous scenery, old and ancient temples steeped in tradition, scenic walking routes around rivers which blend the traditional with the modern, putting ryokans next to new businesses, and of course, just shopping districts where you can buy all kinds of wonderful traditional Japanese foods, and for some reason, sumigarashi specialty stores. But am I in Kyoto to see any of this? Am I braving the rain for any of these traditional objects? Absolutely not. I'm at the Kanji Museum. Yay. This is the Kanji Museum. I went there because I'm the kind of person that would do that. They had like kokotsu emoji you could scratch off to see what your little emoji is, and that's mine's light, I guess. That's cool. And a nifty little thing where you put your hand over a kanji and it would then transform it into the oldest version they know, and you can watch it move like that. Wee, look at it go. Look at it go. There it goes. Here, let's look at it again. Ooh. Wow. I actually really enjoyed this. I'm not being sarcastic. This is really cool. I can't read that. And there was also a video about the history of kanji, which had techno music for some reason, so enjoy the rave. There were also activities like you could stamp the golden seal, like I'm doing there. It's not the real one, unfortunately, but that's okay. And you could write your name using Manyogana, which was pretty cool. Here's me trying to do that. Although, the thing is, it's robot, and I didn't really know what to do with the ba part. I think it just, in the past, they didn't do anything about it. So I tried my best. And then I realized, you know what? I'm free. I can do whatever I want. So after I finished, I decided to take a pencil and just add a cheeky little dash dash there so that, everyone could know it's not Rohatoson. And you could also do it with the original kanji for the hiragana and katakana that we now use, which was pretty fun. So I got to write my name in like ye olde versions of them. That's what it looks like on both. And then, of course, cheeky little chon chon again. And they had the, kanji for the various countries, which was kind of cool to see. Although I'm really bad at stamping, so they were all blurry and it wasn't very helpful for me. There's also a long, thorough history of kanji, starting back in China and then going into the history of their use in Japan, which was an interesting read. I really liked the general explanation and all the pictures that they had. The scroll runs all the way around the museum, but I didn't want to like film people that weren't wanting to be filmed, so I didn't show it. But they also had like this technology exhibit on various things that are used to write kanji. There's an old kanji typewriter there; those things are absolutely insane. And then going back, to pens and printing and all kinds of different things, metal printing items. This includes history of like printed writing in China and Japan, which actually predates the printing press in the West. And nice to see. There's also a gotcha gotcha machine for some reason. I didn't buy anything from it, but I probably should have. And there was kind of a surprisingly cool exhibit about just all the names for different colors, like broken down by their actual specific names. You can spin it around, see what it's called, see the color. And they had this tower made up of like all the kanji with different colors for the ones used, how frequently, or if they're rare. So you can see there's definitely a lot of kanji here. It's good to know there's this many backups because, I always worried they might run out of kanji or like, maybe too many foreigners are passing JLPT ones. They need to release more kanji just to make it harder. That's a good idea. Um, anyway, I know all these. Don't ask me, don't quiz me. I just believe me. I know every single one of them. I've memorized them all. That's of course true. I would never lie to you about that. I just really like this tower. So you can see, yeah. And here's the kanji for elevator. You don't see it very much because it's so big, but it's nice to see that they included it. I appreciate that they made space for that. And then finally on the other wall, fortunately, it's a little bit shorter, but there you go. That's the kanji tower. This was like my favorite thing. I thought it was really, 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 really cool to see them all at once. This part was pretty racist though. Like, how am I going to find my name? That's a joke. I don't actually think it's racist, but I am sad I can't find my name. The second floor was rad. It had a lot of activities. Like you can make your own kanji and look at this kanji for smartphone someone came up with. That's absolutely brilliant. There's little things about hetsuhotsu, the difference between the meat and the star radical, and then you have like Odoriji doing a little dance. We've talked about that little buddy. And they had a piece on Hogen kanji, or kanji that are only used in specific areas of Japan. And actually, the book that this exhibit is based on is how I found out about this museum. So it was cool to see it, even if I kind of wanted it to be like 3 or 4 times bigger. But yeah, there's Hogan kanji. And there's little activities like this game I was really excited about because I thought you'd like go through a dictionary and stuff. But it turns out because I didn't read, I this game is actually about they show you a character and then you have to open the dictionary and find what page the character is on. And when I found out that that's what the game was, I just decided that I'm not going to do it. So yeah, I like this exhibit where they just had like kanji for regular items around the house, and you could open it up and see what they are. You know, kanji most people don't use, but the things they use. And there was like a quiz where you had to read things only in hiragana, and it was actually really hard. And it made me appreciate, of course, the importance of kanji, which is good. I think the Kanji Museum should do that. I got this one wrong, which made me mad, but that's okay. I guess I just suck. However, there were a few that I got right. Like this one. See, look, I got it right. Go me. I can read Japanese. That's cool. They had Yojijuku Go tests, which was, not my favorite exhibit, but it's cool to see. And there was a fun little one where like you pick a sushi and then you have to fill in the second kanji. Here's me getting it right, just to again prove how amazing I am. I deserve to be here. Here's me in a sushi cup. Here's me in a sushi cup from a different angle. Here's me in a sushi cup from a third angle. Wow. They also had all the previous kanji of the year on display, which was really, really cool to see. It was interesting. I wasn't aware that sometimes these kanji are actually kind of dark. Like one was poison. And it's interesting to read kind of the explanations of why they choose a kanji. But they also had a bunch of books about kanji. My book was not in this collection, though, so clearly this library is trash and we don't need to look at it anymore. And there's a gift shop, which was really disappointing. I wanted to buy kanji goods, and they didn't really have anything interesting. So that's basically it, but I just want to sum up my experiences with the traditional music of my people, that is Lame White Men, which is a very terrible rap. Here we go. Yo, yo, I went to the Kanji Museum. They had a lot of kanji, and I had to see them. They had this one and that one and this one too. Some kanji were obscure, but some others I knew. English support is lacking, so learn Japanese first. You can't really enjoy the exhibits unversed. There's even practice quizzes from the Kanji Kante. It's something that I might try to pass one day. All in all, yeah, I really had a lot of fun. So if you need a kanji, why not go and get one? Bye-bye, Kanji Museum 2025, Kyoto. You know who we be.